I'm Issa Gold.
I'm AK.
We're the Underachievers.
This is Flash.
Motherfucking festival.
First of all, we're here with the Underachievers. Welcome to Splash.
Hey, thank you.
Nice having you guys here.
Nice being here. Yeah.
Thanks for having us back.
So you just finished your show. I heard it was sick. Unfortunately, I couldn't make it. But you seem turned and you seem kind of quiet right now. So
Yeah.
what's the story?
Oh, that shit was fucking lit, actually. Yeah, I had a great time. It was great energy. People were moshing, and it was awesome.
Crazy, man. So you saved your energy. That's why you're tired. And
Nah, we're both
I
tired.
have 10 out of 10 energy. But I'm the critic, so I'm just critiquing the aftermath. Like I'm critiquing our show afterwards. So yeah, I'm saying what we did wrong and where we could get better.
just to let our audience know, like you came off stage like 10 or 15 minutes ago, and now you're already sitting here, and you're like still like discussing, debating the show and where you could do better and stuff. That's like pretty cool, man. I like
We're
that.
passionate about performing. And shit.
Yeah, definitely, man. That's sick. That's sick. But I actually know that you guys are out in Europe a lot, and I heard, unfortunately, I never got to see you guys live. I know like you performed with some of my friends not too long ago in Berlin, I think.
Oh shit.
And
those guys are crazy.
yeah. And even they told me they're crazy, and they were like, "Yo, those guys are crazy." So
Yeah.
that was sick. But I was just wondering, because I see that a lot, that like the German crowd and is different from the crowd in the UK, is different from the crowd in the United States, and you guys have like a super energetic live show. So what do you think? Does that like adapt to different countries in a different way, or is it like the same thing? It's like the energy.
Well, in terms of the crowd response, it might be different from country to country, but the shows are always lit. We always give the same energy, and the crowd gives good energy back. But Germany does go extremely live as usual whenever we come here, no matter where it is, from Stuttgart to Berlin. It's always good.
Yeah.
But yeah, Europe has a more energetic crowd than the States. The entire Europe, you can really expect a really turned up show. So yeah, it's always good over here in Europe. We love it here, especially the Germans.
Yep, I agree. Yeah.
You also shot like one of your videos out in Paris, right?
Leopard Shepherd.
Yeah. So how did that come along? Like, was it just a style issue, or were you just out
we
there?
were dealing with like a clothing brand, Rung, at the time, and then like they offered to shoot us a video, so we did it. And then
Sick.
We also love Paris. We probably performed in Paris more than any other country or state on the planet. I think we probably have like 5 or 6 shows there, so we've been building there a lot. So it made sense to shoot the video there, because we're probably that month when we shot that video, we was there at least probably 3 times that month. Yeah, I mean like within the past like a 5-month period. So we spent a lot of time in Paris, so it made sense. We even shot another video in Paris. It just never came out.
It never came out.
Never came out?
Yeah.
Will it come out at one point? Or
No,
not?
never.
Yeah, that's actually, I was wondering, like the Paris connection made sense to me, because I know like there's a lot going on regarding like fashion, like more progressive stuff. And I know, like, we just talked about this. Like, you're decked out, man, and you're rocking the Yeezys and stuff. So, is that like, and then you just dropped that you guys did that video with that fashion brand. Was that like one of the reasons for you to come out there, like just to connect with like the fashion world out there, or is it just something that happened?
Kind of both. Kind of both. We were out there already, and then we met a brand that came to like one of our shows a couple times. And then they flew us out there, and then we met another brand, and then they flew us out there, and then there's a good promoter out there. Yeah, there's an awesome promoter. I forgot his name, that really likes us. He's been bringing us out there for a long time. So he brings us all over France, from Nice to Paris. So we've been building there for a long time. So yeah,
it wasn't for the fashion. Yeah,
it's just
Paris.
Yeah, it
people
just so
love
happened
our
to be
music.
the place that we
and they
went a
brought
lot.
us
It's
there.
like our relation with Germany. Like, we've been to Germany a lot. Germany was literally our first show outside of the States. Splash 2 years ago was our first show outside the States. So it's like we've been building in Germany a lot. So it just feels like home in a sense, because we come back so much and the people are used to seeing us. So that's kind of how Paris happened, because we go there all the time and we interact with people and build relationships, and yeah.
The reason also I asked was because I know you guys are down with Phil from Melbourne Club, and he has like this strong fashion affiliation.
Phil's one of my biggest inspirations. Yeah, Phil is one of my biggest inspirations in life, period. He's like one of the most ambitious people I know. I don't even think that any of this would be going on without Phil, because he helped Zombies and Zombies brought us in. So it's like Phil is a god, but Phil's more of a lifestyle streetwear fashion guy, not really like a fashionista making jeans. So it's like more like a brand to match the lifestyle that he pushes. So we enjoy lifestyle brands. Like even Supreme, what you see me wearing now, is like a streetwear lifestyle brand. So it's like, it's not like I'm wearing Givenchy or like Margiela or like Gucci or Louis Vuitton. It's like more streetwear that has to go do with a culture. Like Supreme is a skate culture. So I used to skate, so that's how I got attached to that. So same thing with Phil. Phil had a lifestyle brand. So we love fashion in a sense, but naturally. It's not like we wake up in the morning and we're like, oh my God, I can't figure out to wear. It's more like this is how we've dressed forever, and it just so happened to become more popular.
So is Phil like the sort of like creative director? He also did like artworks for you guys, right?
Not for us. He does it for Zombies, but I've known Phil for maybe 7 to 8 years, and this is maybe 5 years or 6 years before I even thought of being a rapper. So he's always been kind of the person doing amazing things. 6 years ago, when no one knew who the Zombies or Underachievers was, Phil was doing his thing with Maverick Club in the War Tour. So it's like he was the first person to really motivate all of us to try and do something really crazy. So like he doesn't creative direct us at all or have any handput in us, and not as much in the Zombies anymore. But without Phil and his drive and learning from him, I don't think any of this would really exist. So like his existence is just good. Yeah, just him existing.
That's a strong statement, but like I wish somebody would say that about me. But so because you mentioned Flatbush Zombies, obviously you mentioned Phil. Phil's also, he used to be a roommate of Jay Scott, I think.
Yeah, that's old. Wow, you bring up old stuff. That's Phil's story. I can't tell you Phil's story. But yeah, that's back in the day. Like ASAP and Flatbush Zombies and Underachievers and even people in Cali, we've always been connected through like Phil doing his clothing line and other people doing their clothing line. So if I remember correctly, ASAP Ills and Phil were friends for a long time, and he was doing his brand and stuff like that. I don't know if this is all fact, but this is what I remember from what was going on. But I don't know how that connection happened with Jay Scott and Phil, but everyone kind of knew each other. Like Yams, rest in peace, was my friend, brother since I was 16. I'm 25 now, so that's a 9-year relationship. So it's like we knew ASAP Yams before ASAP was ASAP, and he had ASAP tatted right here 8 years ago. So like. Yeah, it's crazy. He really was the mastermind. And me and Juice and Juice from the Flatbush Zombies, we were really weird kids. And ASAP Yams is like a kid from Uptown. And he just saw so much potential in us at that time. Like, I don't even think we would have even tried things without Yams, because he saw so much potential in us. We thought we were weirdos. Like, being weird wasn't cool 7 years ago. So, like, we were outcasts. And then we had this dude from Uptown like, yo, you motherfuckers are cool as fuck. So we've always been linked up with people prior to making music, and then the music took off, and then I'm showed us ASAP Rocky. We were like, yo, this shit is crazy, and he blew up, and the rest is kind of history. But yeah, we've known each other from the past.
Crazy, because that's something I wanted to ask you guys, because there's like so much momentum in New York right now. There's you guys, there's Flatbush Zombies, there's like the whole ASAP mob thing, and then you have like all the people that are like Dash and all of them, yeah, exactly, like all these people coming up, or they're already established, like it's beyond coming up, and then you have Pro Era, obviously, and then you guys are connected with ASAP Mob, you guys are connected with Flatbush Zombies, and you're also connected with Pro Era. There was like this Beast Coast thing. So first of all, why is there like so much going on right now? Like, because it was dead for some time, and then ever since like 5 years ago, suddenly like things started like to evolve. And
I don't know. It's just we all came to the forefront. I think everyone in New York that is doing something right now at one point or another was, in a sense, quote unquote, a weirdo or different from the New York crowd, and we realized that there were so many people out there in the world like us. So everyone just started to reach out to people like them, I guess. So it's like, when we started making music, it was like, when we started 2012, so it's like, or maybe late 2011, 2012 time. So it's like,
2012.
Yeah, we established who we were before we started making music. So it's like, we had our passion for life and what we wanted to do with our music, and then we started making music. I think it's the same thing with ASAP Rocky and everyone else that's blowing up from the pros. Is like, they knew what they wanted to do, their mission statement, and then they applied it and got it done. You know what I mean? Like, I learned from Rocky. I don't even think I'll be a rapper. I said that mad times, but when I saw Rocky perform in Irving Plaza, that was one of the craziest days of my life. That's when I knew I wanted to be a performer and perform on stage. So it's like, as they went on, they opened up the door for more people to happen. So that's how, and then we opened the door for more people underneath us to come in. So it's like, that's how it happened. Joey and ASAP really opened up the doors for a lot of people to shine the light back with New York. Yeah, so it's really ASAP Rocky and Joey, and probably even Action Bronson.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I forgot about Bronson. So is that, like, do you agree, or is there anything?
I agree. Yeah, those cats definitely influenced everyone else, paved the way for us.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah.
But I mean, there was a point where you, like, all, I guess, like, on equal level at some point, and then, like, there was, like, this strong wave suddenly coming from New York, and it all happened at once, and it all happened so quick, and what we just discovered, like, everything's connected. So that was like, how the fuck are they all so creative, so different, but they still, like, match perfectly together if they come together?
New York is a small scene. Everyone in New York knows each other. So it's like, I don't know how it happened. I don't know how it really happened, really, but it just really worked out that everyone just motivated each other. I guess it really started with Rocky. When I saw Pesos, I was like, what the fuck?
It was sick.
That shit blew. I was probably, no joke, the 600th view on Pesos. And I was like, this nigga is about to blow the fuck up.
Yeah,
he came out the corner store, I'll be that pretty motherfucker. I was like, oh no, nigga, game over. So I think Rocky really opened up doors for a lot of New York artists. And then Joey came out, and Joey opened up even a lot more doors for New York artists. And then Flatbush Zombies even came out, and they opened up doors also. So I think really A$AP Rocky and Joey Badass really were the ones that got the spotlight shined on New York. And then people were open to hear a lot of new type of music from New York. Because at one point, New York music was kind of boxed in, and no one wanted to hear that type of music anymore. We ran music from the 90s to the early 2000s, and then country music took over, which isn't bad, it's good, but the South music took over. So like, to hear something fresh and new from New York, I think that's what really got a lot of people looking at it. Because like, even though we speak about things we speak about, we're still from New York. I'm still from Brooklyn. I still from the hood, not to say it like that, but like, we still from New York and represent New York to the fullest, because that's where we were from. I can't pretend to be a New Yorker, you know what I mean? I was born there, grew up there. So we still have New York in us, but we're an evolution of the original New York. So I think that's what brought another spotlight, because people were tired of the old shit, and now this new wave is like, it's like the old, but it's new. You know what I mean? So I think that's really getting a lot of people on board.
And there's like a lot of honest energy. I think that's what's also like super New York. It kind of like connects to like the punk history of New York to some point. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, it always makes perfect sense to me. But you're actually signed to a label from LA, right? You're signed to Flying Lotus label. Is that?
Yeah,
Caroline.
Yeah. Okay, so that's also, since you're about to drop a new album, like the single actually released today, like July 10th.
Yeah, Take Your Place.
Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit about like the new single, new album, like all of that, and the new label situation? I didn't even know that.
Bristol, well, not Bristol. Take Your Place is produced by a friend of mine, Christopher Bristol, and we dropped it today. It's one of the songs on the banger side of the album. It's like the album is about like duality, so it's like half like heartfelt songs and half banger songs. So like, yeah, that's what that's about. But what's the question again?
Yeah, just like what's the title of the album? It's like Evermore. Yeah.
It's like.
No, go ahead. The label shit.
A couple words and you just take over. It's like we pretty much knew that we had two different styles of music that people enjoyed, so we.
Yeah, I mean, I just said that.
You gotta elaborate more.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, so we make two different types of music. We make bangers, and well, we don't make two different types of music. We're diverse. Yeah. But in this album, we made bangers and lyrical and heartfelt. So like, it was like a little. It's hard to explain.
It's like pretty much we knew that our fans over the past 2 years of building our fan base, they like us for two specific styles. It's making up-tempo music that's good for the shows, and then but also making lyrical, heartfelt music that's good for like just listening to in the headphones. So we wanted to create an album that would be able to appease to both sides. So the album's pretty much two sides. So one side is full of lyrical songs like the Medi or Go So Theory, that's what people like us for that for, and then the other side is songs like Herb Shuttles, which people like us for those up-tempo songs. So a new song we dropped today is Take Your Place, which is from the up-tempo side. Yeah. So it's like a banger that's 4-hour shows. But there's still another side of the album that's really slow, instrumental type music that's really, not to say good, but I enjoy it. But we wanted to cater to both fans, so we made an album with 2 sides. So this song today was just a display of our banger side, and then they'll get something from the lyrical side, and then they'll get the whole album, which is like, I think 8 songs lyrical, 8 songs up-tempo, add them together, boom, Evermore. And yeah, we named it Evermore because we figured that when people see that we're able to do both of the styles that they like us for well, it would imprint us to last forever, and Evermore means forever. So it's like that's why we named it that. But it's a new album. It's coming out through Caroline Records, and it's good. We worked on it for like a year. We made 15 songs, and it's our favorite project so far. I don't know if it's the best, but since we started, so like when we made Indigoism, that was our first project, we were fresh. That was the first 17 songs we ever made together, ever. So we didn't even know where it was gonna go, it was just practice. So I think now at this stage, when we both accept ourselves as artists who are popular inside of like whatever we're popular in, this is our project that we can present that's a project that's not like Indigoism. This is the first time we put a project together thinking this is a project. Usually we put it together thinking in a different way.
Yeah,
so that's why we like
practice and shit.
So,
yeah. This
we kind of
like
practicing.
The real thing.
Yeah, we were practicing, literally. Like,
I mean, you guys even said that in an interview once that you were like doing like the banger stuff and you wanted to save the lyrical stuff for the actual album. Yeah. So I guess, but the title is actually not only Evermore. It has like a
art of duality. It's because duality means 2 sides. So it's like the art of 2 sides, which is the banger side and the lyrical side. So it's like the art of the 2. How can you bring 2 together? Because I believe the world is based on duality, like balance. Everything in the world. So it's like, that's why we named it that. It's like the art of balance, I guess, in a sense. So even though we're doing banger up-tempo songs and we might be talking about drugs and girls in one, and then in the other one we're talking about more conscious topics, they still blend together well. So it's the art of making 2 different sides blend together to make one.
But you already had that in the past. I felt like there was like in between always like a slower song, so you could definitely see like the direction. So it's not like a
It's always been there. It's always been there. That's why we said it's what we're popular for, is those 2 different types.
Yeah.
But now it's like one project is aimed at one thing and the other project is aimed at another thing. On Indigoism, we kind of mix them together. This time it's like 2 separate sides. So like, if you like bangers, you go listen to banger side. If you like lyrics, you go listen to lyric side. If you like the Underachievers, you're gonna listen to the whole thing. Yeah.
Let's hope that people will do that then. The other thing is, because we talked about this earlier, the Beast Coast thing, is that like a project that you guys are still working on, or what happened? Like, I was super excited when I heard about that.
I mean, it's definitely gonna be in the future, but like, we haven't been working on songs together as of yet.
So that was just you guys were hanging out and then somebody came up with the idea? Or can you just explain what the Beast Coast project was originally meant to be? Or
I mean, yeah, there was no project.
Pretty much me, Steez, and Fury, our other friend. I went to a show for Pro Era one day and I seen this kid, Desi Hines, who's my brother right now. I didn't know who he was at the time. He was on stage screaming, Beast Coast. And I didn't know what the fuck Beast Coast was. I thought that was his crew. Later on, Steez tells me, like, yeah, Beast Coast is just what they chant on stage. Yeah. So me, Steez, and Fury were like, yo, what if we linked up Pro Era, the Underachievers, and Flatbush Zombies and made one super group because we're all so related and friends and blah, 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 and we pushed that as one. So Steez went to the Pros and asked them. I went to the Zombies and asked them. And that's how Beast Coast got started. So it's pretty much a conglomerate of people who, we all make individual music, but we're a team of people who have the same common ideas and goals together. So we push that together. A Beast Coast project is gonna happen for sure, but I think that we're all working so hard on our own stuff because none of us are really superstars besides maybe Joey. So it's like, there's still so much work still left to put inside of our own personal world. So imagine we built our world to the pinnacle and then we did a Beast Coast album. I think it would hit a lot harder. So we're friends. We all work together. We got some with Joey, we got some with Steve, Zombies working with everyone. I'm gonna work with all of Kids in the Pros, but an official Beast Coast project and another tour, I don't know when that's gonna happen. But it's gonna happen, but who knows when.
I hope it's gonna happen, man. Yeah. But so is any one of those guys on the actual album now? Is there like any features or?
No features.
Do everything in-house?
Yeah.
Not even Flatbush Zombies?
We did a whole album with Flatbush Zombies, Clockwork Indigo.
That's what I was wondering. That's why like it would have made sense to like continue that.
One of those songs on the album.
Yeah.
There's gonna be another Clockwork Indigo album too, but who knows when that comes out.
Yeah.
But wait, you actually have one? Like
no, we recorded more than 5 songs. We recorded
but
more than 5 songs for Clockwork Indigo.
but you don't like you just mention it now. Like that's news, man.
Yeah, that no one knows that, but yeah, it's just a tease. We don't want to give too much. We want to still work on ourselves, like we were saying. So it was like a little tease for what is gonna come in a couple of years when we really get into our groove.
So the focus is now like on your album. You're gonna do like a. Did you finish the US tour already, and now it's like Europe tour? Or?
No. Yeah, we just did the Clockwork Indigo tour in April and March. And last year in October and December, November, right?
Yeah.
And then
in the U.S.
This is just another small.
This is like a festival tour.
Yeah, it's a little 2-week run of festivals, and then we go back on tour in October, November, December, world tour for us.
Forevermore.
So yeah, it's another tour coming for sure.
Crazy. So like any like surprises on the album, like anything.
It's different.
It's different, yeah. It is.
It's different.
It's not the usual UA music, but it's the same feel though. But like it's different subject matter.
Yeah, the subject matter changed a little.
Yeah.
You gotta give me more than that. It's like
it's like more about our personal lives growing up and stuff like that. So like sides that you never seen. Usually we just talk about like inspirational, like being better and creating your own realities. Now it's like now it's like about us and where we came from and like how we grew up.
Crazy. But you're both from Brooklyn, right?
Yep.
So is it gonna be like a little more New York? Cause you know, like in the past, when like that whole ASAP thing and everything started like to blow up, I was out in Houston, and I know like people in Houston, like there was like half of the people were like super excited, and they were like, yo, they're bringing it back, and then the other half was like, yo, but it's not their music, like it's our music. And then Rocky came through to Houston, and he brought out like Slim Thug and Paul Wall and Bun B. He brought everybody on stage, and then people were like, all right, I guess it's cool. Like he got the co-sign. But like with regards to the music, because like Joey was like super New York, and even like the new ASAP album is like kind of like going into a different direction. So because you said like it's different, your album's different as well. Is it like a change in sound as well, or?
I think the youth of our generation are just different. Like all of us, from the age, I'm 24 now, so the age of the age that we're all in is like I don't know. I think from like 1980 and on is just this generation of people who are different than the norm. So I think we all have a lot of creativity inside of us that we're trying to bring forward. And with the internet, there's no real barriers on what you can put out. Like a label can't tell us, you know what I mean, we can't come out. Because maybe 10 years ago, the Underachievers or A$AP Rocky or Flatbush Zombies or Logic or Action Bronze, none of these people might not have existed because the labels would have stopped us from existing or put us on the back burner. But now with the internet age, we're able to go out and do it ourselves. So I think with that going on, we're able to evolve a sound and find people who really like it without having to worry about a label telling us, no, that doesn't make sense. Right now, if I wanted to, I could go make a rock song and put it on the internet. You know what I mean? No one can tell me I can't do that. So it's like, with that creativity, everyone's reaching out. And also with the internet being such a melting pot, we're in Germany right now. We don't have a major label or a major backing from anyone. So it's like, that's the internet. So it's like, with the internet, we're learning about each other more and more and more, and it's making the world smaller and more culturally diverse. So I think that's a major part to why A$AP was able to pick up on what he picks up on, and why we pick up on what we pick up on, is because we're not just labeled as New Yorkers. The world is bigger. I'm a New Yorker at heart. I'm from Brooklyn at heart, but the world is so bigger. I'm German too. I'm fucking French. Because I've been to, not fully, but you know what I mean? I experience these cultures and I accept them with me, and I understand that they're the same as my culture. So it's like, it's a new world where maybe 20 years ago people thought we were all different, but now it's like people know like, I might be black, you might be white, but like, we're pretty much the fucking same, you know what I mean? So with that going on, people are more able to take from different things. I could take from rock music, like A$AP took from psychedelic rock and took from this, because he's able to do that and experience and put it out without having anyone really hold him back. So I think that's why music is really changing in New York and the sound is changing.
But yeah, like what you just said, I talked to a lot of people I interviewed, like Siobhan Bell. She's like, you know her? Yeah, and she said the same thing. She was like, there's like this internet music now, and it's like global, and it points out like the similarities between like there's something that people from different cultural backgrounds, doesn't matter if it's fucking Asia or Germany or whatever, understand. There's like this global scene evolving now, and it's all about the similarities rather than the differences. And in the past, you would have to go to like you would have to actually fly out to a country to experience a different culture, and now you just like open Instagram and then you're like, oh, well, like,
I have a friend in England who designs a lot of stuff for us. I met him maybe 5 times. He's my brother. You know what I mean? We talk all the time. I met him 5 times. He designed so much stuff for us. Another dude of our designers, I don't know, he lives in Canada, and he designed our flyers and our album covers and things like that. And so you see how small the world is getting, because like I didn't need a label or anyone to really make that connection. The internet made that connection. So the internet is beautiful. It's a do-it-yourself age. You know what I mean? So it's a beautiful time, I think.
Definitely. And I was just wondering, you guys have been out to Asia, and
we've never been to Asia.
You haven't been to Asia yet?
Never.
Because I was wondering about that. I was like, because Siobhan told me that they're all about that style. She was like, if you walk down the street in Shibuya in Tokyo, everybody looks like Travis Scott, and that they're totally into that. And I was out in China, and it was like a similar thing.
Yeah, my friend told me saying that he loves it out there.
Yeah, so how come, man?
Small world. I mean, Japan released fashion, so
Yeah,
well,
they're
not least, but
starters
they
of all that
really.
shit.
I mean, like, how come you guys haven't been out there yet?
Oh, we have a big following out there. It's just a matter of getting out there. We were supposed to go in August. We were supposed to go last year, but it's just a matter of politics and making sure it's right. We were literally supposed to go in a couple weeks, but we didn't do it. And then the dude that wants to bring us told us to come in November, but we're going to be on tour. So it's pretty much, we should have been out there already, but we just haven't made it out there yet. But yeah, there's a lot of fans. Everyone that goes there is like, you gotta go to Japan. They love you there.
Yeah, I love Japan culture, man.
And then I'm part Chinese, so
Yeah, it makes sense.
there's not a lot. Yeah.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah, Fung.
My real last name is Chung Feng.
Are you kidding me? Like, seriously? Crazy, man. That's crazy. So, yeah, you know, I had like a similar situation with a girl from Cambodia, and she looked at me and she was like, you know what? Like, your eyes look more Asian than my eyes. What the fuck happened there? I was like, I don't know, man. But crazy. So, when's the album coming out, actually?
Sometime in September. We haven't fully decided yet, but it's done. Just going through the politics of going through the label. It's coming out through Capitol and Caroline, so that's gonna be good, and it's gonna be good.
So, and with the album, there will hopefully be the Asia tour as well.
And back to Australia. Australia is a beautiful place. Shout out to Australia.
Yeah.
Sick. And one last question, like, if you want to give a quick shout out to Splash Festival, how did you like it? How's your experience so far? How is it like coming back this year? Any different or same or better, worse?
It's
Any
always
remarks?
beautiful being here, man. The energy the crowd gives is always like top notch. So I love Splash Festival.
Thanks. I'm glad to hear that.
Shout out to shout out to Splash Festival. You guys are the best. Thanks for bringing us back for a second time.
Yep.
You guys have actually helped build our career in Germany. So fucking Splash, you guys are the best. We hope to come back. It was better than last time only because we were more famous. But last time, it was our first time out of Europe. So we were off stage, nervous, and all of a sudden the fans are like, you. It's our first time outside of America. So we're just like mind blown. So I never forget those experiences. So it's just beautiful to come back and vibe with those same fans. So shout out to Splash for being there for us. Shout out to Germany, Splash Festival. Fuck yeah, it's lit.
Great. Thank you guys so much for taking the time.
Brother, thanks for having us.
Nice meeting you guys. Thanks.
Wir sind ASD und ihr seht uns hier live beim Splash.
Splash Mac mit den Freunden des Splashs. Lass knacken.